Hello everyone, it's Isaac at Well Show. In this video, I'm going to review Module 2, Week 2. What to expect and your responsibilities. This video is for students enrolled in my English 101 W55 and English 101 W68 course, Fall 2023 semester. Now let's look at the course calendar. So I'm looking at Week 2. You notice on the left we have the topic Writing in the Digital Age and Technology. So we are going to be talking about AI and technology in this week. We have topics such as surveillance capitalism. That's a term coined by a Harvard professor of sociology, Shoshana Zuboff. That's an interesting term, and when you watch this video you understand how that plays out. We will be looking at artificial intelligence. What are the limits? What are the risks? What are the benefits for society? And even for you as a student. So watch this video. You're going to be writing about your perspective or position when it comes to AI and artificial intelligence or chatbots. Are they helpful? Do you think it's taking or moving us forward in a positive direction as a society? You are going to be writing about effective email communication, and there's a reading for you to complete on this. So that is posted, and you should read it. Even though I do not have the reading listed here, but you will notice that when you go into the course shell, you should be able to find what I need you to complete for this discussion board post. So without further ado, let's go into our course shell to explore how you can navigate Blackboard to find these materials, including the supplementary materials that would help you in completing the 2 discussion board posts you have to complete by Friday. So in the discussion board, in the course shell, I go into the learning modules. I click on Module 2, Week 2. So when I click on Module Activities, that's where I can access the course readings, the videos that I need to watch regarding the materials here. Okay, so if I click on Module Activities, it's a shortcut to get to course materials. So watch what happens when I click on Module Activities. I'm brought to Week 2. So in Week 2 I can find all of this. If you want to start with the one on top and watch the materials, some of these readings you can just skim through. However, you need to read this, writing emails do's and don'ts, because that's going to be required for a discussion board post on writing an effective email. So once you click on this, watch what happens. So this is what you have to read. Take notes if possible. Make sure you read this maybe twice, because this is going to be helpful when you're writing an email to me concerning the post that you have to complete. Now let's get back into the module folder. Okay, so I'm in Module Activities. I'm going to switch to Module Discussion Board Prompts. This is where you find the discussion board prompt that you are going to be responding to for the week. So when I click on the Module Discussion Board Prompt, you can see what appears on my screen. The first is writing an effective email. Now for this task, you are going to do as I've said. You are going to write an email to me, and once you're done writing this email, you are going to copy and post what you've written on the discussion board for your peers to see. If you don't feel comfortable, you can always let me know. I would not penalize you for that, but this, first and foremost, you need to email it to me, because that's how I'm going to evaluate you. And if you want to share with the class, you can post on the discussion board that has been created for writing an effective email, that forum for it. Okay, so once you're done with that, you have another task, and your next task is to participate in the forum. Hopefully this is going to be an open forum. I have to decide whether I'm going to make it post first, or maybe I'll make it open forum where anybody can just post. I think I'm going to go with post first. So in this particular prompt, you are going to respond to the video you watched. And so this is The Great Leap Forward. It's a DW documentary. Basically it's about AI and how it's it's prompting so many changes, how it's shaping society, also challenging society, and some of the issues involving AI. It's a very informative video, which I really love, and which I've personally learned a lot from AI. So I want you guys to watch this, and you are going to take a position, and that position must be specified in 300 words. So if I were you, if I have something like this due on a Friday, you want to start planning during the midweek. Don't wait until the day it's due before you start, okay? Now, once you are done with this video, once you're done watching the video, you will go into the discussion board forum, especially if you've read this prompt, you understand what it's about, and then you will find the specific forum, which is the Great Leap Forward or the Great Leap Backwards, and you will create your own thread, and which is going to be in response to the prompt that you've seen. The prompt is this one. Okay, so it's going to be a post first, which means that, let's go back to the discussion board post, which means that you cannot, I repeat, you cannot post or you cannot see another student's post unless you decide to post first. So which means that you must create a thread, and if, let's say, Alex, or let's say Susan, or whatever any student decides to post first, you won't be able to see that student's response until you post yours. I think that's fair, because I don't want you guys copying from each other. I want to see original thinking. So don't be afraid. This is a challenge. I want to see what your position is. This shouldn't be difficult if you've watched the materials, the videos for the week, and that should guide you on how to respond. Now, once you are done with all of this, watching all the videos, you should be in good hands. I think what you need to keep in mind is that the materials posted in week 2, module 2, they're meant to help you think about writing in the digital age, and as we have to navigate this with technology and all tools. But you're going to see how this relates to our next essay, which is the compare and contrast essay. In the compare and contrast essay, you are going to compare and contrast ideas, compare and contrast themes, and you're going to be writing in a way that shows me that you're thinking about not just about what you think, what you believe is your position, but also how to advocate it. So writing an essay takes time, and we are going to use the compare and contrast essay. I'm using the example of the iPhone and the Android phone to contrast the difference. So this should give you an idea of what to expect when it comes to comparing and contrasting ideas. It's still the same principle. So make sure you look at all the contents here. I have a handout for the compare and contrast. Oh, I need to change this because of the spelling mistake, my bad. Make sure you review this, and once you're done with that, you should be good to go. I have another documentary. If you're curious, you don't have to watch it, but it's on teens, social media, and technology. This should tell you about what is going on in society and how this social media is really impacting teenagers. We've got materials on ChatGPT, so watch all these materials, and especially Google and surveillance capitalism. I mentioned this earlier, that Shoshana Zuboff came up with this idea, and this idea is even more true today, because the question is, are we really free? Do we have privacy of information? And according to this video, many of the big tech companies have lots of information on us, and they could use it, God forbid, to destroy us if they want to. So we are living in a challenging time, especially in a challenging time of AI and technology. And I particularly find this topic for the week interesting. I personally like it because I'm teaching online, and as a composition instructor, I know that I have to use technology. But in using technology, I have to navigate through so many challenges, too many complexities. And if not possible, there is privacy and security risks in using technology. That concludes my review for week 2, module 2. I hope you guys find the readings and materials for this week engaging. In next week, we will talk about essays and types. Have a great rest of your week.